This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com. So we are here once again, as we are the first Tuesday of each month, talking with Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. If you have questions, comments, items you'd like to bring to his attention, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email those items to us, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. So we were talking before the show. Actually, we've talked on past shows that once winter hits, you kind of go from having a lot of outdoor projects and things going on to moving indoors and not quite as many events going on. So not a whole lot to report on in terms of upcoming things, although in December we will have the Lincoln Christmas Parade, which now I guess is officially under the city's jurisdiction.
It is. Yeah, the city took that on as part of standing up the new department with the city. The Bureau handed that off to us.
Okay. And let's see, I've got information here. It is Wednesday, December 4th. Parade will begin at 6:30 p.m. and the theme Christmas Light Up Parade.
Yep, that is correct.
So lots of lights and the parade. And
put on your
Christmas.
best light show.
There you go. So, and if folks are interested in registering, signing up to be in the parade, looks like they go to LincolnIllinoisTourism.com.
That's correct.
Okay. And once again, that is December 4th, which is a Wednesday, starts at 6:30 p.m. and the traditional route from Wyatt down Kickapoo around the square and then winds up at the
Depot.
Yep. So, all right, very good. All right, so that is the forward-looking, I think, portion of the show as far as upcoming events go. But you've had a lot happening here in the last month. October, of course, is Halloween month. That was the annual Trick or Treat with the Mayor event.
Yep.
Looked like it was very well attended. Well, lots of people taking part in it.
Yeah, we gave out 250 bags.
Oh, wow.
While we were there, and I don't know, it looked like everybody else had a good time, and the businesses really enjoyed it. So another successful year.
Yeah, and thanks to our friends at Lincoln Daily News, I saw you had some participants or some visitors from out of state who took part as well.
Yeah, there was a couple that was on their way back home to Oklahoma, and they stopped in for coffee, and they went to guest house, and they realized their guest house told them we had this event going on. And so they came down to the park, and they took a photo with me, and they were really nice. They just had a great time and couldn't say enough about how great Lincoln was. And she sent a follow-up email to me asking me to provide the photo to her because she said her friends didn't believe her. So I'm like, here you go. You can tell your friends it did happen.
What is it they didn't believe? That they actually met the mayor of Lincoln, Illinois? Or
It has to be because, it's not uncommon to have a trick-or-treat activity in a town, but
true.
Yeah, I guess. Or maybe they've never seen a mayor dressed up like Buzz Lightyear.
That could be.
Either way.
Yeah, to infinity and beyond. So once again, congratulations with that. Also, in the rearview mirror, the movie night with the Monsters Inc. took place. I think it was a little chilly that night, but I believe it was fairly well attended as well.
Yeah, not bad. Not as good as Jumanji was, but that happened last year. It was colder, and so I think we're probably going to move it back, and next year we'll move it back a little bit and maybe do more of them. Also, we're going to have the pavilion up, and so we think that the pavilion will be a nice way to display the movies too. So.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
And speaking of that, our general manager here asked me this morning, or he mentioned this morning that he'd seen some stakes over at the park over there. You mentioned that is related to the construction of the pavilion.
Yep.
So once again, pavilion, not in the sense of go in and have a picnic pavilion, but rather a structure where you can have programming, shows, plays, concerts.
We should have called it the amphitheater.
Yeah, well,
yeah, but there you go.
The Mayor Tracy Welch Amphitheater, perhaps?
The project. No.
Just put it out there.
Yeah.
Construction is coming on. Is there maybe not a target date, but at least a hope date that will be...
Target date is by September 1st of next year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
very good.
We want it ready for movie night in the park.
Oh, very nice.
So we're shooting for that. Of course, things happen,
Right.
and you adjust.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of things happening, our first commercial break is here, so we'll go ahead and let that happen. Once again, our guest is Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. If you have questions or comments for Mayor Welch, 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email those questions and comments and whatever topics might be on your mind, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. We'll be back in 2 minutes with more from Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I made an assistant to help you out, because only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, Assistant Smokey Bear. Call me Papa Bear, because I'm grilling up dinner. Do you get it?
Yes, good job.
So, what should I do with all these coals?
Don't just toss them out. Put them in a metal container because those embers can start a wildfire.
I understand. The stakes are high.
Ha, 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 ha.
See, Smokey thinks I'm funny.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe rich is less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering magic. Rich is being able to keep your loved ones close and also send them away. Rich is living life your way and having someone who can help you get there. The key to being rich is knowing what counts.
Contact Edward Jones Financial Advisor Sal Polis, 217-732-4001. 217-648-5510, the number to call, or you can email any questions, comments, topics that are on your mind, 4pm411 at WLCNonline.com. So we talked about, as I mentioned, sort of the rear view mirror items, things happening here in the past month or so. Forward looking, you just mentioned to me during the break that there is, I don't know if it's breaking news, but there's news anyway regarding the Fifth Street project.
Yeah, we've been waiting on an agreement from Union Pacific Railroad to move forward and get on the IDOT letting schedule. We've actually been pushed multiple times because of lack of that agreement. We finally got that agreement. It's been signed and we're on the January 16th letting for 2026. So, unless there's another delay that pops up, that project will finally, after decades, get underway.
Very nice. And is there a projected length of time as far as once things start, how long it will take for it to get finished?
It's probably going to be about a 2-year project.
2 year, okay.
Yeah, because they're going to have to do it in phases since that's a heavily used road.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. So hopefully we'll see some movement on that, as you mentioned, here in January.
Yep.
Other happenings as far as projects or potential projects, the Lincoln Developmental Center grounds. I know you've got a committee or a task force looking into potential uses for that. Are there any updates or movement as far as that?
No, we have been working with the governor's office on that one, and we did not have any new updates from that office. One of the things that we are doing to kind of get ourselves positioned and ready is I've had conversations with Andrea Runge from Loyd, and going to ask her to take more of a role in that project. She's just a wealth of knowledge and heavily connected. I think she can help us move that project along. So more by way of partnering with other organizations to get things done. So.
And again, for those who may not be aware, the Lincoln Developmental Center grounds, the state said they were going to basically give it back to the city or put it under the city's jurisdiction.
Well, they're going to redevelop it and get it ready for new commercial use, housing, whatever we deem. They're really looking from us for a proposed plan and use of that. So we're focusing on getting a plan and stuff together for that they can then take and run with.
And yeah, I think last time you were here, maybe you had mentioned that the folks in Jacksonville maybe had sort of gone through a similar process.
Yeah, they're ahead of us.
And so you were kind of bending their ear, trying to get some maybe some guidance or some ideas on what the next steps might be.
Yeah. So.
And again, that's not. Of course, we're dealing with the state there, so there's not a projected end date for that. It's just sort of going until it's done.
I'd like to see some movement on it, but as you said, I mean, the state's busy right now with a few things, if you haven't noticed. So.
Right. So, okay. Let's see. I looked at the report in once again in Lincoln Daily News and watched the video of the last council meeting. I saw there was a report from the county tourism director, county tourism bureau director, just sort of updating the city on what sorts of things are happening with the county there. From your viewpoint, obviously we've talked before about creating the city tourism office, which is separate, but again working together with the county. How are things going as far as that relationship goes? Have there been many things for them to collaborate on, or is the city one still in such a its infancy that they're sort of finding their own feet before they're ready to reach out and collaborate much?
I mean, we've kind of hit the ground running with that building. A lot of demos been done inside of there. We're starting to get pieces for the exhibits in. I have moved our administrative assistant down to that building now, so Ms. Matoko works out of that building. Partnerships with Loyd on the economic development side, we're trying to work through getting that agreement in place. But our relationship with the Bureau, I think it's as good as it has been. We still continue to go to those meetings, and it was an adjustment for them.
Sure.
They had to kind of find their footing again, and they're working on a strategic plan. And I mean, it looks like they're busy, and they've got a vision, and they're trying to drive toward it. And we'll collaborate when needed. Like one of the first things we've done is this Route 66 grant,
Right.
and Mr. McCoy partnered with Miss Rolfs, and I think if we get that grant, it's around $460,000 somewhere in there. If we get it, and our chances are very good at getting it, I think that'll be good for both the city and the county.
Yeah, absolutely. And you made reference to that building. Of course, you're talking about the former Heartland Bank and Trust Company building that the city purchased.
Yeah.
In the past, you had also mentioned before about potentially maybe leasing out or renting out office space in that building. Has there been any movement on that yet? I know, like I said, you're just sort of taking the reins over and still in the early stages, but is that still something that you're looking to do eventually?
Yeah, so we've been working on that. The offices for the incubators, at least 4 of the offices in there, they're ready. We've done carpet cleaning. When we get Loyd in there, we're ready for them to take a presence up in there. We've got some furniture and stuff in there for them. Working on getting the conference room in the back set up. And then there's a couple things that we have to do maintenance-wise for the building. Maybe a leaky sink and some water heater and stuff like that. But for the most part, I think the Economic Development Center, there's a good possibility we could have it online by January.
Oh, nice.
So we're trying to move pretty quick on that.
Okay. And something else struck me while you were talking before. You talked about the County Tourism Bureau sort of having a vision and a plan as far as a roadmap moving forward. Something the city I know has been working on has been a city, like a 5-year plan or a sort of a vision of how to move the city forward or priorities for that. Has there been any movement on that lately? I know there were folks working on it maybe a time or two ago when you were here, but
yeah, Alderman Sanders and Alderwoman O'Donohue, they've been working on it. They brought the latest draft to me. I looked at it. We kind of had a discussion about it. There's still some things that we need to work out in that, but it's pretty close to being ready for the council to weigh in on and review. I think it's got a lot of good content in it. It has smaller things that we can, or people call them low-hanging fruits, that we can knock out.
Right.
Some stuff we're already working on. It's also got some big rocks, like we've talked about the need for a firehouse, a smaller one on the west side. It's got those type of things in it. And we'll probably see the forming of some sort of a committee structure come out of this. I don't know that it's going to be a committee structure like people have seen in the past, but the idea is to get the aldermen engaged in very specific pieces of the day-to-days of the city.
Sure.
And, we've got a great council, and some of them are already doing some stuff, so it'll just formalize some of that.
Okay, very good. Once again, our guest is Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch. 217-648-5510, the number to call if you have questions, comments, items you'd like to bring to his attention. He will be around for another 10 minutes or so, which means we have reached 20 after the hour, so that's our time for our second break. So we'll go ahead and take that now, and we'll be back in 2 minutes with more with Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln.
Regular fans, you all know there's a home field advantage when it comes to sports. The same applies when purchasing a car, truck, or having your vehicle serviced. You'll have the home field advantage when shopping at Grouse Chevrolet in Lincoln. The trained sales staff at Grouse will provide you with a no-pressure sales process. It'll put you at ease all the way through the delivery. When it comes time for service, the certified mechanics will care for your vehicle like it's their own. Call or stop by the dealership on North Kickapoo Street in Lincoln or online at growinc.com.
It's Grow right now.
Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln. And we are back on the 4 p.m. 411 here on WLCN. We want to invite you to tune in next week to the 4 p.m. 411. Our guest will be Tim Searby with Lincoln Community Theater. They are going to be offering a Christmas-themed event, a concert at Lincoln Community High School, the first time they've done this particular event. So he'll be here to talk more about that. And while you're tuned in, tune in tomorrow to the Viewpoint program with Dara Entwistle. She will have Jonathan Cox here, who is with the Saucier, which is a handcrafted soups and sauces and flavorings establishment based, I think it's in Lincoln, certainly in Logan County. But tune in tomorrow at 8 a.m. and you can find out more. But as I mentioned before the break, we have Lincoln Mayor Tracy Welch here until 4:30. So one thing we didn't talk about as far as events that have taken place, you had one of your Coffee with the Mayor events, I guess it was last month, and had a couple guests with you. Lots of different topics, I guess, were discussed at that event. Anything?
Yeah, I think the ones that stand out was a lot of discussion about tourism. We talked about the new building, which we just talked about. City Attorney Hoblet was there. We talked about the grocery tax and how the governor did away with the grocery tax, but because that would have left a probably $600,000 hole in our budget, we estimate, the city chose to at least just keep it status quo. So no increase, just status quo. And then we talked about quiet zones for trains. That was a big discussion too, about some people that are passionate. They'd like the trains to be a little quiet when they come through town, because we get several through. But the safety reasons why we do it, and the fact that we are looking into it. We've had a constituent or two come forward, and we're working with them to look and see if that's something that they want to bring to the council. So, yeah. But it was a good turnout as always. I look forward to those events. People are starting to really enjoy them.
Yeah, and you've got another one scheduled for the first or January of next year, I guess.
Yeah, January 10th.
Okay.
So I'll be at 9 o'clock at Guest House.
Okay. Once again, direct competition with the cheap seats, but that's all right.
You guys just need to come to the coffee with the mayor, and we'll do it all at
Yeah,
once.
but then we're talking, and you're answering questions, and unless we have you on the panel, I guess, and we could do a.
I've done that before. I've come on the cheap seats before.
I think I was there for that.
I think once.
Yeah. So, the Coffee with the Mayor event, January 10th at Guest House once again. And the more details as far as any guests you might be bringing, I guess, look for the City of Lincoln Facebook page. You'll have that information posted.
Yep.
So let's see. Only other thing, I don't know how hands-on you are or what kind of information you might have to share with this, but the City of Lincoln will begin its leaf collection starting tomorrow through November on Wednesdays, as well as up through, I believe, December 10th. And
Yes.
again, that's the City of Lincoln, the Streets and Alleys Department that handles that.
Yep. Yeah, they'll start at 7 a.m. each of those days, and they'll make a pass-through. So if you get your leaves bagged up, just set them out by the curb, and the street and alley crew will come through and they'll pick them up.
Right. And there are specifics as far as how heavy they can be and need to be in bags and so
Yeah.
forth. So you can look at the City of Lincoln Facebook or probably the website. And
It's right on the main page of the website now.
there you go. So,
Yep.
all right, that's the end of my list. What have you got?
I guess a shameless plug here, but Alderman Sanders resigned. Last night was his last meeting. He represented Ward 2.
Okay.
For those who are curious where Ward 2 is, it's really it's close to the LDC property. It goes out by the Elks, kind of loops around West Lincoln Broadwell. It's the areas by the fairgrounds. So we'll be opening it up for interested individuals. If you're interested and you live in Ward 2, submit a resume or look at the Facebook page, and I'll be posting some information on what to do. So,
Okay. And so that is again, a city of council position. And then what is the process? Folks submit their names or their interests to you, their information, and then is it kind of like basically a job hiring? You go through and look at the qualifications and so forth, and maybe call some in for interviews, or how does that work?
yeah. So in the past, that's a great question. So in the past, it's just been kind of the mayor took that on because it's ultimately my decision to make who I bring forward to the council to consider. But I've always been one that wants to work with others and collaborate. And so a couple appointments I have done that way in the earlier days of being a mayor. But lately I've been opening it up to applicants. I put a small group together to interview people. We sit around, we have a conversation about the individuals and how we think they'll fit, represent the city, and stuff like that. And then we just make a decision and we take it to the council. So, yeah, I think that's worked out pretty well. That's how we filled Stan Anderson in Ward 4, and I think that worked out well.
And so are there certain criteria that you look for? Like, I'm assuming not many people walk in with like although some probably do, have any kind of a city government experience or maybe some sort of city government degree or something. So are there certain qualities or things that you look for in a potential alderman?
Yeah, for me, passion. I think that job, you have to have passion to help others. Obviously, we do a lot of hours, and I think a council member makes like $150 a month or something for all the time that they put in. It's valuable work that we do, but I want somebody that will commit to it, because we meet every week, read the information, someone that follows what the city does. That's not as important, though, because I think people with the correct amount of passion can dive in and get acquainted. But I want people that work well with others as well, because the council we're somewhat of a team. But in the same breath, we're all individuals. We all represent different wards, so we're not always going to agree on things, and we have to understand that. Every person I've ever appointed, I've told them that. I'm appointing you, but that don't mean that you need to worry about how I feel about a topic. Represent yourself and have your own voice. So those are the things I look for.
Okay. And while we're sort of on the subject of philosophy of representation. The one thing I remember from a political science class I took as an undergraduate is that the professor mentioned that there were sort of two ways that a person could be in government and operate. One is to vote according to the will of the people that they represent, whatever the opinion is of their constituents, whereas the other sort of methodology, I guess, is that they vote sort of based on their own conscience or their own what they know about particular topics or situations or whatever. As far as that goes, do you have a preference or do you prefer working with people of one mindset versus another as far as that goes? Or
No, and I think that's why I've been successful, is because I kind of bridge the gap for people that are not like-minded. But to your point, I don't think you can be 100% successful in one realm or the other. Mm-hmm. I think that we are elected by the people, and we should represent the interests of the people. And when people call us, I want that feedback. I can tell you from experience that unless it's a hot topic, the phones don't ring off the hook a lot. But in the same breath, we read Facebook, some of us follow what's going on, we kind of got a pulse on it. But also, there are things that we're privy to, and we try to be transparent, but there are things that we have a broader view on.
Right.
And so I think those of us on the council look at both the constituents and then the broader view about how those decisions impact the council and the people. But at the end of the day, it's that council member's vote to vote how they see fit.
Right.
I've always tried to take both into consideration.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that, it is 4:30, so we will thank Mayor Welch for being here, and we'll see you again in about a month. I guess we'll see you, I guess it'll be the night before the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
Tuesday, so.
Yep.
All right, very good. Well, as I mentioned, tune in next week. We will have Tim Searby here from Lincoln Community Theater talking about their Christmas event. And then on the Viewpoint show tomorrow, Dara Entwistle will have Jonathan Cox from The Saucier, which is, if I can pull the slide up here. Nope, that's Mayor Welch. The handcrafted soups, sauces, and flavorings establishment here locally. So that show, Viewpoint, begins at 8 a.m., runs to 8:30. You can call in with questions, comments, kudos, anything you would like to call in. So Mayor Welch, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And we will talk to you again in 1 month. This live video stream is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. This program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.